So much energy here in the house tonight. We are live at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
Time for our tale of the tape. This is the man Mike Tyson fell in love with. Jack, the Manasseh Mauler Dempsey. If you want to call yourself the best, you've got to go through a legend like this man. And he'll be taking on Smokin' Joe Frazier. Only 6 feet tall even, 229 pounds, but he hits harder than any man alive.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that everybody wants to see.
Jack, the Smokin' Joe Frazier. His 3 bouts.
This bout is
one of the hottest. Frazier's been in so many hellacious battles over the years. The trilogy with Muhammad Ali. His fights against George Foreman. Neither fighter willing to slow down. He just split the guard with another uppercut. This fighter has that swarmer's mentality, taking away an opponent's reach, getting on the inside, and just banging and banging and banging.
You are fighting the swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
Good counter punching. There's a counter shot. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? The straight right just misses. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Through the hook, didn't land. He misses with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Dempsey in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so...
go back out there.
Here we go for round 2. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter punch. This fighter has been described as a swarmer, that fighter who attempts to overwhelm their opponent by applying constant pressure.
You got a swarm on your case, you know you've got to fight, you've got to hold him, you've got to tie him up, you've got to lean on him when he come in until the referee makes you break up, but keep your hands high, because I will keep punching until that referee said stop.
A perfect counter lands. Has to be careful for that receipt, it's always coming. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How about that time counter shot? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Dempsey in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, let's get it started in round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Trying to land that jab. Catch and shoot. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
No rest for the weary. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That jab doesn't score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Dempsey in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
As long as they don't get complacent.
And there's the bell to start round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick breath, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a counter shot. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Joe Frazier is in trouble. Down goes Frazier. He hit him with the perfect body shot, and there's no getting up from this one.
A shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to me.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is going to be. And there's the bell to start round 5. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
The courage on display here is incredible. straight right just misses. Well done with that counter shot. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Lucky that hook didn't score. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Dempsey in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up.
There's the bell to start round 6. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
No rest for the weary. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Perfect counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. One punch. Did you see that? Jack Dempsey. Oh boy, in trouble. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Dempsey in that last round. You know that. Here we go. It's round 7. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
These are heavyweights, but I tell you what, that hand speed and footwork, they look like middleweights.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Beautiful counter shot. It's Frazier and down goes Joe Frazier. Let's see that again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
So Well, they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
We got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down for them doing their job. But get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Straight right, just misses. Oh no, down goes Jack Dempsey. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your ball.
Both men knocked down in that round. Incredible stuff. Round 8, and we're off again. How do you score the last round, Johnny, as both of these fighters went to the canvas?
2 knockdowns in the same round to both fighters. They got to think like a goldfish. Forget after 10 seconds. They got to be smart.
Can't score with that hook again. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see 2 boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Beautiful counter shot. Great heavy. He hit him with the perfect body shot, and there's no getting up from this one.
Shot from the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's still on a fight.
They're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
That hook won't score. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.